What's up everybody, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing on our renovation of the Chic Street apartments and we are doing Penny Pizzaz's apartment today. The 1312 21 Chic Street apartment. And this isn't like a bad apartment, it's just like the layout is okay. It's just the stuff that's in it, it just doesn't really mesh well. And like Penny Pizzaz is like a very like colorful person, so I was trying to get a bunch of color in here. I use a lot of like blue and like yellows. I use this bed from Seasons. It's got like these yellow and blue swatches on it, so I think I end up using like a lighter blue swatch or maybe one of the darker blue ones. I can't remember which. But then I just kind of like went in and started changing everything. Like nothing, like the wallpaper I used from Growing Together. The flooring is just base game. In the kitchen and the bathroom is just like a base game tile. But I wanted to keep like some of her things. I did put all of her posters in the inventory because she had like a ton of them. And I also kept her like nightstand and mirror because I wanted to use like the colors that were on the nightstand, which is just like a stack of suitcases, like throughout the apartment. That's where I'm getting these like light blue colors from. And I wanted to have like a more definitive space for the bedroom because this is a studio apartment. It's pretty small. I mean, I for sure could have added like walls for a bedroom, but then they probably wouldn't have had a window in the bedroom, which like is fine. My not the last apartment, but the first apartment in this series that I decorated had no bedroom window, and I kind of like worked around it. But I didn't want to do that for this one because we have these three huge, beautiful windows, and I wanted it to be like very open and very airy. You can see I'm kind of using these like nifty knitting couches and a couch from high school years. I kind of had to delete it because sometimes the rugs are like glitched out in game where if you like size them up or size them down, they just like don't work and you can't like grab them or move them around. So for the bed, I end up using this like bright green and blue swatch because I've never actually used it before, and I thought it would go great in this apartment that's supposed to be, very bright, very fun. It matches like the green pillows matches with the green plumb bob that's on the posters and some of the like gaming posters in the corners. I also don't think I've ever used this swatch of the high school years couch, so I ended up using that one as well, and the like pastel cow print swatch with this blue. It's a little all over the place with the swatches, but I did as best as I could with the what I'm given in The Sims here. And I love that little poof in the corner. I want to say it's from City Living too. I'm not entirely sure though. I was just trying to find like a little plant here in the corner, so I used the new one from the Growing Together pack. It has like a perfectly matching swatch. And I use these high school years curtains as well. They're like woven with yarn, and I think they're really cool looking. And then I started working on the bathroom. I was just trying to get a few things in here, like a bathtub and the sink and the toilet, just so I knew where I was at for like a budget, because I didn't want to cheat for money, especially when it came to just like bigger items like that. So if you happen to download something and you don't have like the clutter items, like the clutter packs, like you're not missing like major items like the toilet or the bathtub. And then I started placing objects in the kitchen. I wanted it to be like over here in the corner so that I could actually have like a dining table by the window. I just feel like that makes a little bit more sense because then your Sims can like look outside while they're eating instead of like having the kitchen like pressed up against this window, especially since you can't move windows in apartments. Like it just felt weird to me that the counters were like up against the window. So I end up using more of these like woven curtains in the kitchen in like a yellow and white swatch. And then I also added these like paintings from Dine Out. Like I said, if you don't have like all the packs, you're not going to be really missing much. I tried to use as much from like City Living and like the base game as I could. So if you're missing like a few paintings, like I feel like you're going to be all right. And I really wasn't feeling these like room dividers with like the lights and the pictures on them, so I end up changing it to these Decor to the Max ones. I also have a Decor to the Max painting over there in the back, and this one just like matches with the blues that we've got going on here in the living room, and I really liked it. Especially when we're trying to give her just a tiny bit more privacy, a little bit more of like a bedroom quote unquote. And I was trying to like alt place these like makeup things, and it just like they were still floating. So I ended up using the shelf from high school years, and then I like put it on the shelf from high school years, and then moved it so that it was at the level of the shelf that I wanted it to be at, and then I just kind of put it back on there after I deleted the shelf. If you guys ever need to do that. And then I grabbed these like garments from Dream Home Decorator because they're like probably one of my favorite things items to use as a dresser instead of an actual dresser. Sometimes the dressers in this game are just a bit too big and like a little bit too much. So I use that instead. This clock in the kitchen is also from like the bowling pack. Sorry, like I said, I was trying to use like as limited packs as possible. I think I ended up using like 21 packs in this build. So it didn't really work out the way that I intended it to. See, I'm using Tiny Living now, and I wasn't going to because Tiny Living has my favorite toilet in the entire game. But I was trying to find something that had like the blues and yellows that I was going for in this build, and that was one of the tables that did match and also fit like right under there under that mirror, which is actually from like her apartment from before I started renovating. I also added the like trending style board. I'm not sure if she'll be able to like use that with her career, but it's there if you choose to like maybe switch her to like the fashion designer career. I'm not actually sure what she does, but you could always switch her over to the fashion designer career and then be able to use that if you wanted to. So I was also just trying to find a few like random decorations to put behind the bed because it looked empty. I tried that tapestry from high school years, and then I ended up finding all these posters, and I figured with like the amount of like gaming posters that she had, it would be a nice addition. And then I also changed the big archway to a one tile wide archway so I could put a coffee bar over here in the kitchen because I feel like Penny Pizzaz would have a coffee bar. You know, she's one of the like rowdy neighbors. So if you like live in apartments across from her or in this building, her like she's constantly having like parties and things like that, and your neighbors are just like really loud, so you have to like go bang on the door, or else her Sims like won't be able to sleep at night. So I wanted to give her this big speaker because she is a rowdy person. But that is the entire apartment finished. I'm just kind of doing a little zoom around here to show you guys how it's all laid out. So I went back and looked, and Penny is an online A-lister. I'm not really sure what kind of skills she needs to do that job, but I feel like this apartment suits her very well. She's got like a nice little tablet laptop in the back instead of like her old computer that like looks like it would barely be able to handle loading up Facebook. If you'd like to download this build, it is on my gallery at Darth_Jeswick, just like it appears here on YouTube. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out. And I will see you all in the next video. I hope you all had a wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.